Dr. Now has given, so far, some real epic lines. We gushed over his instructing Murry to stop lying and urging King to clean up his act. So we can say he's done very well with his job as a weight loss surgeon and reality TV star. In today's video, we'll take a look at some of the show's OMG moments from Dr. Now. Let's roll! Ashley Taylor.
Things are so difficult in my life now because of how big I let myself become.
Ashley's story can be summarized as a 24-year-old woman who lived alone and relied on food and fake internet profiles for solace. But she quickly finds that Dr. Now isn't someone she can lie to like she does her online buddies. And we knew there was nothing good stored in such cases. She weighed more than 600 pounds at the beginning of her episode. Ashley struggled to complete even the most basic housekeeping activities, and she was in constant discomfort. So she went to the doctor to assist her to get her life back on track. But it didn't take long for her to become resistant to his ideas, and she struggled to keep to the diet. So all that Dr. Now could do is deduce that Ashley was merely a liar who was lying not only to others, but also to herself. And when he pointed that in her face, all she did was shout and storm out dramatically.
Let's go. Let's move. You will get trampled.
By the end of the episode, Ashley hadn't lost enough weight to be approved for weight loss surgery.
After my last appointments with Dr. Now and Lola, I had to do some soul searching within myself.
Kalisa McMillan.
One of these days, I'm really just not gonna wake up. My kids are gonna come in and find me dead.
During the Season 8 episode, Dr. Now did everything he could to help Kalisa McMillan, a 41-year-old mother of 4 who weighed 643 pounds. Kalisa clung to food to conceal the anguish of losing the love of her life in a car accident, and as she tried to raise her 4 girls alone, she feared dying of a devastating heart attack if she did not follow Dr. Now's weight loss regimen. Her weight was causing severe comorbidity issues, which led Dr. Now to change the timetable of her surgery.
I'm upset.
Why are you upset?
Because I thought I did way better than what I did.
Kalisa tried her hardest to follow Dr. Now's program. However, midway through her weight loss journey, she was forced to go to the emergency room as she started to experience extreme levels of abdominal pain.
So where is your stomach hurting?
Right there with the ball.
In here?
Yeah.
To which Dr. Now diagnosed that she needed surgery ASAP, as her body was giving up on her quickly. Unfortunately, it didn't take long for things to go badly wrong after the procedure. Kalisa's surgery sutures broke shortly after, causing hemorrhaging and sepsis. She was in and out of the hospital in no time. She was, ironically, in the hospital and suffering from life-threatening difficulties. Unfortunately, Kalisa died on September 22, 2020. Her show was removed from the TLC website less than 2 weeks after her death and is no longer available for watching.
As weird as it sounds, after all that happened to me then, I just realized I still hadn't recovered much and healed.
Angie Johns.
The life I'm living right now is miserable.
Angela Johns was one of the most controversial people ever to appear on the show, as coming from a sexually abusive upbringing and having fought a drug addiction as a young adult, Angie's path certainly was not easy. When she joined the show in Season 7, Angie weighed in at 643 pounds. She continued to stray from her eating plan, wasting the time of the doctor, and it is fair to say that she acted erratically during her stay on the show. But viewers were more shocked to learn the fact that Angie J had been sabotaging her own weight loss while under his care by abusing substances. We were left wondering what would happen to this young wife and mother in the months and years ahead, with the 39-year-old having only shed 49 pounds in 8 months. And it felt like she was giving in to her homesickness when Dr. Now refused to allow her to stay in his program, unless she agreed to go to drug treatment for her substance abuse. Her episode ended with her not being approved for surgery.
If you don't do that, then there is nothing more to discuss with you. So that's your only choice.
Samantha Mason.
Well, I wasn't really following any kind of a diet plan. I mean, that's my problem.
Mason appeared in season 9 of the show. However, we remember her for calling the show hindrance, not a help. She weighed over 800 pounds when she initially came in, and she worked as a ticking time bomb. Samantha worked as a fetish model, which involved her recording herself eating and charging people to see her. Her time in the hospital was not different from her eating in front of the camera, as she refused to follow his calorie restrictions whilst in there. So when the doctor checked up on her via video call, he refused to keep up with Samantha's antics because all he could surmise was that she was gaining weight while being under surveillance. So Samantha told the doctor that she had had food smuggled in for her, and the doctor warned her that she was already close to 1,000 pounds, and that if she kept continuing like this, she wouldn't be able to survive much longer. This was overwhelming for her, but it acted as a wake-up call, as Samantha announced to her fans towards the end of October 2020 that she had gone under the knife and was on her road to a healthy and normal life.
These past months have been a huge change for me because getting weight loss surgery saved my life.
Ashley B.
Since my last appointment with Dr. Now, I came back home and I've been pushing myself even harder this time.
Ashley B., the focus of season 8, the Louisiana native weighed 639 pounds and had difficulty moving. She was compelled to return to live with her mother in order to acquire the aid she needed to care for her little daughter. So Ashley traveled to Texas in search of Dr. Now, who could assist her in losing weight and regaining control of her life. She also experienced IBS issues, ruined up on her diet a couple of times during her trip, and went off of it. And when she arrived at his facility, the doctor quickly pointed out all the follies in her face. He just stated that if you truly want to reduce weight, why did you go to the first place? Which left her mumbling. However, she worked really hard after her time in the hospital and was down to 468 pounds 6 months into her weight loss plan. Unfortunately, since her previous weighing in with Dr. Now, she had gained 34 pounds, owing to the stress of her IBS symptoms, bringing her back to 504 pounds. Dr. Now told her she needed to lose even more than 80 pounds in 2 months in order to be considered for surgery, and her episode does not show her journey beyond that.
IBS is something we still need to finish addressing, and fully treated before weight loss surgery is an option again.
Joyce Delvescovo.
So I know my health is in a really bad place because of that. And it's at the point where I can't even take care of myself or live on my own anymore.
Joyce Delvescovo, who appeared in the 7th episode of Season 8, is one of the show's biggest characters, weighing in at 758 pounds. The Kansas native confessed that she suffers from a food addiction, which has her family and friends worried about her health. She was one of the people who left Dr. Now's regimen program before the 12-month period was complete. Some fans were not surprised by this, given that she was frequently hesitant to make lifestyle changes during the show. She was mostly yelled at by her caregivers to shut up and give her the food, and even screamed at her family. Her time on the show was a failure because she didn't drop enough weight, and her doctor informed her that he couldn't keep going like this because he couldn't waste his time on someone who wasn't willing to change.
You may not be able to do anything to help you to save your life at that point. So I wish you good luck.
And she appears to have made no progress thus far. She hasn't been seen in public since her appearance on the show, and her social media sites show no evidence of further weight loss. As a result, it's safe to presume she'd prefer to avoid the limelight for the time being.
Well, I think you already knew everything was fine. But it's only a matter of time before your body actually gives out.
Before we go on to the last moment of our list, we'd love to hear your thoughts on today's video, as well as if you have any other favorite shows that you'd like to see on our channel. Bethany Stout.
Because when the cravings come and I have to have what I want, it's all I can think about.
Patients on My 600-Pound Life aspire to lose enough weight to qualify for surgery, allowing them to finally move on and achieve the quality of life they deserve. Things frequently work out beautifully. However, some participants, such as Bethany Stout, find the procedure too arduous and drop out before finishing. Stout successfully worked with Dr. Now for 8 months while appearing on season 8 of the show, eventually decreasing from 608 to 496 pounds. But things got to the odd point when she came in for her post-surgery weigh-in and had gained back over 500 pounds again a few months later, and we all know how that turns out. Following the surgery, it was supposed to be easier after weight loss surgery, but it appeared as if she didn't have to work very hard enough, which proved to be more difficult than she anticipated. And as a doctor who now tries to explain to his patients that surgery is just a tool, not a solution, he advised her that she needed to clean up her act. But after becoming discouraged, she eventually gave up. Fortunately, Stout's social media accounts indicate that she shed a stunning 150 pounds as a result of what she learned from Dr. Now.
I wanted to talk to you to tell you that this is a lot harder than I thought, and I'm not sure if I can continue with your program.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again